What does a chocolate themed coaster, a dragon by the sea, and a pay per ride park all have in common? They are all part of this Mid Atlantic theme park road trip. Today, we're hitting the road to visit six standout parks filled with thrills, nostalgia, and a few surprises along the way. Welcome to Pop Culture Passport, your ultimate guide to quirky and cool destinations across the US. I'm your host, Beth Scalacci, aka the Roman Yeti, here to help you dive into the world of theme parks, uncover film and TV locations, and explore quirky museums, roadside attractions, and legendary venues that capture the heart and soul of this unique country. So grab your pop culture passport and let's discover destinations that resonate with your interest, not just with what's trending on social media. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. So, a while ago, I asked ChatGPT to plan a coast to coast amusement park road trip just to see what it would come up with, basically. So, the first version skipped over some key parks in Virginia and Pennsylvania, which, as a mid Atlantic girl, I felt was completely unacceptable. So after a few tweaks, it came back with a list of 27 parks, and it still left out Universal Studios Hollywood when we got to the West Coast. It also estimated that your trip would take around 5,100 miles and 53 days if you gave yourself a day at each park and a travel day in between. And no, before you ask, we are not attempting that. This this is a very long time to live out of a car, and honestly, no one wants to listen to me read off a 27 park list like I'm checking off boxes. So, instead, I'm going to break it down and start with something more realistic and way I think way more fun. We're going to today talk about a regional amusement park road trip. And today we're going to explore six standout parks in the Mid Atlantic because I'm a Mid Atlantic girly at heart. This is definitely not an exhaustive list, but it's a great place to start, and it's honestly something a little more realistic you could do in in with your time and your vacation. So if you like this format, please let me know at the end. Hit me up on social media because I would love to do more regional trips like this. So this is one of hopefully many. So, let's see what we can do. We're gonna go from New York to Virginia. And this route is where we pick something with a little vintage charm, some mega coasters, and a scenic finale. So buckle up. Here's how I would do a Mid-Atlantic theme park, amusement park road trip. So first up is in Rye, New York, Playland, and we're gonna start. It's in Westchester County. It's right on the Long Island Sound, and it's one of the oldest amusement parks in the country. Playland is like stepping into a 1930s postcard with its Art Deco architecture, waterfront breezes, and classic rides like the Dragon Coaster. Now, Playland opened in 1928 and holds the unique distinction of being America's first planned amusement park. It was created by Westchester County to offer a family friendly alternative to the more chaotic beach attractions of the time. The entire park was designed as a unified experience with cohesive Art Deco buildings, landscaped grounds, and even a crescent shaped boardwalk along the Sound. Its most iconic ride is the Dragon Coaster, which has been thrilling riders since 1929 and includes a tunnel that mimics the body of a dragon. Playland is also home to one of the only two remaining derby racers in the country, a high speed carousel that reaches up to 25 miles an hour, and a classic 1928 Grand Carousel. You may also recognize Playland from movies, and we had to have that pop culture angle. It famously appeared in the 1988 movie Big, starring Tom Hanks. And yes, there's still a Zoltar machine nearby if you want to make a wish. With its historic ride, scenic location, and vintage charm, Playland is the perfect opening note for this Mid Atlantic theme park road trip. Next up, we crank up the thrills. About 2 hours south is Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, a park renowned for its high octane rides and expansive safari experiences. Now, while the iconic Kingda Ka was which was once the tallest roller coaster in the world, was retired in late 2024 and actually demolished earlier this year, the park is gearing up for some new adventures. Later this year, thrill seekers can look forward to The Flash Vertical Velocity, a boomerang style coaster, and in 2026, there is a yet to be named multi world record breaking launch coaster set to debut. That was a mouthful. But despite these changes, the park still boasts El Toro, a wooden coaster celebrated for its intense airtime and smooth ride, and Nitro, a steel coaster that offers a fast, smooth, and exhilarating experience. The park is part of a large complex that includes Hurricane Harbor Water Park and Wild Safari Drive-Through Adventure, where you can see giraffes, elephants, and even lions from your car. I don't know. I feel like that is a amusement park that my family would enjoy a lot, and I would enjoy the safari drive-through adventure because I'm just not a roller coaster person, but I still would love to see it and would make it part of my road trip. Next up is Dorney Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and it is just about 90 minutes away from Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom is a park that blends historic roots with modern thrills. It's home to coasters like Steel Force, a towering hypercoaster standing at 200 feet tall with a 205-foot drop and reaching speeds up to 75 miles an hour. And another highlight is Thunderhawk, which is a wooden roller coaster that opened in 1924, making it the fourth oldest operating wooden coaster in the world and eighth oldest in the world. I said that wrong. It is the fourth oldest in the US, eighth oldest in the world. Pardon me. The park also features Wildwater Kingdom, a full park water park that is included with admission, offering a variety of slides, wave pools, and lazy rivers. Now, this isn't the flashiest park on the list, but it's a solid, reliable, fun, great middle of the trip reset with just the right amount of excitement and nostalgia. Uh, this is a park that I remember my aunt living near growing up, and it was definitely a much smaller park than it is now. But like I remember we'd go over and walk through the park and check it out. I was pretty young, so I don't really remember any of the rides or anything, but I do remember her living close and being able to see it and then going to the park from time to time while visiting. So another nostalgic one for me as well is next we're going to head to central Pennsylvania for a park that still feels like it's in a time capsule. And I mean that in the best way. So Knoebel's Amusement Resort, it has no gate, no admission fee, and it also has some of the most beloved wooden coasters in the country. So the park opened in 1926 and is still family owned, preserving a homespun atmosphere that includes hand lettered signs, vintage rides, and old fashioned picnic grove. Um, so this isn't a park that you pay the admission fee. You pay per ride still. Sort of like when you go to a state fair or a county fair. Um, and it's I haven't been there in a long time. Again, it's one of those I remember going with my parents to visit. I don't again have a ton of memories about it other than it being fun. And it's a really cool nostalgic park. They have a ride called the Phoenix, which is a wooden coaster that was actually relocated from Texas. It's consistently ranked among the best roller coasters, wooden coasters in the world. Um, and Flying Turns, a bobsled style wooden coaster, which is, pretty much the only ride of its kind operating today. They have some unique attractions like Cosmotron, a music and lights indoor ride, Black Diamond, a spooky dark ride with mining town theming, and they have their own haunted mansion, which is beloved for its classic effects. This is definitely one I, again, have not been to in a long time, and it's definitely on my get back and check it out list. Um, it just has that nostalgia and that sort of old school theme park thing to check out. Now I've talked about this park before, but you can't have a Mid Atlantic theme park road trip without heading to the sweetest town in Pennsylvania, and that is Hershey, Pennsylvania. So Hershey Park is located in a town that was built by Milton Hershey. And yes, you sometimes can smell chocolate in the air, not as much, I think, as you used to, but the park was started in 1906 as a recreational space for Hershey Chocolate Company and employees. And it's, as we know, has grown into a major amusement destination with more than a dozen coasters and multiple, um, they call them themed lands, but I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that loosely. In 2020, um, you know, they opened not Chocolate World, but Chocolate Town. It's still part of the Hershey Park, and it's in the new entrance. And it had the big ride there was Candymonium. It's so hard to say, but it's smooth hyper coaster. Um, but like I said, it's right in the entrance now. Now, right next door, not to be confused with Chocolate Town, is Chocolate World, where we've talked about in the Chocolate Factory tours episode. Is go in as a free ride through tour, showing you how their chocolate is made. Get a few samples at the end. They also have some paid experiences and stuff, but Hershey Park is a great park. A lot of roller coasters, Super Duper Looper, which I believe was one of the first roller coasters to go upside down. Um, we always have a good time when we're there, and there's chocolate. I think one of my favorite things is going into like their gift shop area, and especially in Chocolate World, like they have chocolates you just can't get other places, or at least I can't get where I'm at. So if nothing else, go for the chocolate. It's a good time, but it's a nice park. It's a park I grew up going to. It has changed so much from when I was younger. Um, but if you're in the area and you love a good amusement park and some good roller coasters, definitely check that out. But that was stop 5. We have one final stop, and I'm probably stretching this on being Mid-Atlantic, but I had to include Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Williamsburg, Virginia. And this one is a scenic stunner. It's disguised. I don't want to say disguised. Is that the word? But it looks like this European village. Each area is themed to a different country, from the Highland Games of Scotland to Oktoberfest in Germany. Now, this park opened in 1975 and has consistently been ranked among the most beautiful theme parks in the world, thanks to its landscaping and architecture. It has rides like Griffin and Pantheon, which is the park's new multi-launch coaster, and which gives you major thrills. There's family attractions like the Sky Ride or Rhine River Cruise, providing, those gentler vibes that I appreciate. Um, it's also known for their seasonal events, Hollow Scream in the fall and Christmas Town in the winter. And it has a lot of going for it. Again, it's a park that I went to growing up. I remember going once, and I feel like I've been there a few times, but I don't know. This is why I have to journal everything, and it's great I do this podcast so I can remember my travels so much better than before. Um, but I just felt like we just need that beautiful park to sort of end the trip on. Um, just it it was And I really wanna see it at Christmas. I haven't seen it at Christmas. I think that would be, given how beautiful it is, it would look even better with Christmas lights on it. So that's our trip. 6 theme parks, hundreds of mile, and some unforgettable journey through the Mid-Atlantic. Now, this region is packed with personality when it comes to parks, from vintage parks and chocolate dreams to adrenaline pumping coasters and, scenic story driven escapes. So, whether you're road tripping with friends, family, or just your podcast queue and a cooler full of snacks, there's something in this lineup that I think will make you smile and make you happy. If you like this episode, please let me know because I have more ideas on regions to talk about. Um, Also, remember if you want to plan your own road trip or you're planning your own road trip and you're looking for some different kinds of places to check out and amusement parks, please visit quirkyandcool.com. I'm trying to build up that site and I hope that you're enjoying it. But with that, we add another stamp to our pop culture passport. I hope that this episode inspires you to get out and explore all that is quirky and cool, even in your own backyard. Please follow, download, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Tell a friend and leave a review if you like what we're doing. It really helps the show grow. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for The Roaming Yeti. Keep roaming and finding your fun.